The train car was a pressure cooker, and I was simmering. Every morning, the same suffocating ritual bodies pressed together, air thick with coffee and damp coats. I gripped the cold metal pole, fighting a powerful, shameful urge that felt alien, an invader in my mind. My logical brain screamed to get off, to escape, but the compulsion roared louder. I tried to distract myself, counting rivets, tracing grime, but my defenses always crumbled. The train would lurch, the crowd would shift, and in that moment the urge would crest, followed instantly by a wave of self-loathing. I'd stare at my reflection, searching for the person I used to be, haunted by the secret I carried. The day had barely begun, and I was already defeated, carrying the weight of my actions into the sterile light of the office. The walk from the station to my office was a walk of shame. Each step was heavy with guilt, the morning sun feeling like an accusation. I avoided eye contact, convinced everyone could see my secret. Alone in my cubicle, regret replayed the train ride on a relentless loop. Why couldn't I control myself? The question echoed, but there were no answers, only despair. I pushed friends away, unable to bridge the chasm between my public self and my private struggle. Nights were the worst. Sleep offered no escape, only more shame and self-loathing. I was drowning, trapped by urges I couldn't understand and guilt that erased who I wanted to be. One sleepless night, desperate for answers, I turned to the internet. I searched for words to describe my compulsion, each query a silent confession. Most results missed the mark, until I found a term, Frotteuristic Disorder. Reading the clinical description, I felt both terrified and relieved. It matched my secret life exactly. For the first time, I realized I wasn't evil. I was unwell. It was a mental health disorder, and most importantly, it was treatable. There were paths to recovery, therapy, support groups, real hope. That night I cried, not from shame, but from relief. There was a way out. Deciding to seek help was one thing. Actually doing it was another. After a week of fear and doubt, I called a counseling center specializing in behavioral disorders. My first session with Dr. Anya Sharma was excruciating. I could barely speak. But she listened, patient and non-judgmental, slowly helping me open up. I finally confessed my secret, expecting horror, but received compassion and understanding. Dr. Sharma explained the neurobiology of compulsive disorders and assured me I wasn't a monster. We began cognitive behavioral therapy, identifying triggers and patterns, and working through my history and anxieties. It was hard, honest work, but with each session, I felt stronger. For the first time, I wasn't fighting alone. I had an ally guiding me toward healing. Therapy gave me tools, and recovery became about using them every day. I set firm boundaries, leaving earlier, choosing less crowded trains, creating physical buffers. Grounding techniques helped, focusing on my breath, feeling the floor, holding a stone in my pocket. I joined a recovery group, terrified but determined to break my isolation. There, I found community, support, and accountability. No judgment, just shared experience. The journey is ongoing with setbacks and victories, but now I have tools and support. I've learned to replace self-loathing with self-compassion, and peace is an active, hard-won state. We are not defined by our darkest urges, but by our courage to face them and make the next right choice.